Kamala Harris trails former President Donald Trump by 1 percentage point in the 2024 presidential race, 49 to 50%.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. A month ago, Trump led President Biden by a single percentage point. Former president holding a rally in Asheville, North Carolina yesterday with a focus on the economy.
From the day I take the oath of office, we will rapidly drive prices down and make America affordable again.
Vice President Harris outlining her economic agenda in a speech Friday. And the embattled president of Columbia University, Manu Shafiq, has resigned months after the university was rocked by campus. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
And I'll leave it up to Lee right now to tell me what day of the week is it?
It's Friday Eve.
There you go. Just since Timmy
I know
is
that
not
well.
available. There you go. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
And I'm Lee Barrows.
And how are you ladies?
I'm tired, but I'm good.
Well, I saw something from you at 2:48 or some ridiculous hour this
Yes,
morning.
I have
What
not
the
been to
Sam
bed.
Hill are you doing?
Oh, a lot of things. A lot of things going on. I was up all night.
Same.
But I'm good.
We're twins.
Yeah. I have not had 5 minutes sleep.
I've had 10.
Well, there you go. I beat you. Or you beat me, however you want to look at it.
Oh, I had 15
Just-
minutes sleep.
Well,
Driving back from Swansboro last night.
How was dinner?
Delicious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Birthday dinner for Robbie.
Yeah. Robbie had her birthday dinner, and it was it's marvelous at the borough. She got the steak.
Of course.
She had to get the steak. And
Good.
I'm like, why did I do this? I should have gotten the steak.
What did you get?
I got grilled scallops, which I love, and they were great. But I looked at that steak and I said, "My Lord, it was just you had to wear a bib."
You could have gone ahead and ordered one.
I could have.
Could have got the scallops on the side.
You know
You
what?
got that the last time we went too.
Let me
done
tell
that
you
too.
my faux pas last night. Well, my grandson's still with me. I think he's leaving today. So I took him out
By
last.
bus,
No,
train.
one of his parents, I think.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, no, they're coming to get him today because they were out of town getting my granddaughter settled into college.
Uh-huh.
So I had grandson.
He didn't want to go.
No, he's like no.
I don't blame him.
So he stayed at grandma's. But
Mhm.
anyway, I said I got to get you out of that
You
room.
didn't tell him there were some older women there.
Well, he's 52 feet tall.
Yeah,
I know that, but
He looks so much older than his age.
He would look
Yeah.
just like.
he's 6'2"
Yeah.
and 15 years of age
Yeah.
and still growing.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
this kid's
Oh.
tall.
Well, he's a basketball player, so I'm hoping for a scholarship.
There you go. That'll work.
But
Okay, so you,
I decided to take him out for supper last night because I wanted to get him out of the house because he just stays in his room
Mhm.
on his computer playing games, watching TV.
Turn the power off.
Yeah,
Where'd
I
you go?
know it. So
Good place.
that's the story. We
Uh-oh.
decided to do something different rather than taking him for burgers or whatever. And so he was leaving up to me, and I said, well, let's go to this Chinese restaurant that's close to me. They have a buffet.
Eat all you want.
Well, after spending $32 and hardly eating anything, we ended up leaving and went to Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
It was not good.
I'm
Not good
sorry.
at
You
all.
did what?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I mean, what little bit I ate, it was just a bad night eating out. You know, sometimes you hit and miss, but
Uh-huh.
and I hadn't been to this place in a very long time, and it was just not. He couldn't eat hardly anything, and I knew as big of a boy as he is, he was still hungry.
Uh-huh.
So we went to Chick-fil-A and got him. I got him some food there.
He
was
probably has
happy.
hollow legs, right?
Yeah, he does. He says, I've got to put on weight. I said, well, you're only 15. It'll come.
It will happen, and then you
Yes.
will be working the other direction.
And then you'll be working to get it off.
Yeah, when I was that age, I was like 6'2" and 128 pounds.
Yes.
Really?
I weighed up 100 pounds up till I was in my late 20s.
Mm.
I was so little, but I told him, don't worry, it'll catch.
A lot going on. Got some good news.
Yes.
Could have been bad. Coast Guard and some Good Samaritan scuba divers rescued a missing diver yesterday. No, Monday. They're 24 miles off of Bald Head Island. The guy was Steve Oatman. He's an instructor. He went diving, and apparently I don't quite get the whole story. It's not exactly complete story. So
Right.
whoever wrote it doesn't know what they're doing. Where's the rest of the story?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Said he was diving alone, but apparently there were divers aboard the boat. So here's what occurs, and I've done the same thing. The last man in the water would have been me normally, probably
Right.
him. And I'm guessing right now, and I don't like to speculate, but I can tell you a scenario that has happened on many occasions. And then you cut the anchor loose. You're the last man down, so you disconnect the anchor from whatever structure it's on, because you're not going to pull it up from the surface.
That's right.
And because it's hooked in good, because the first guy in the water goes down the anchor line and secures it to the bottom so you don't go drifting
I
away.
remember you saying that before.
So last man down, and the current out there, it says 24 miles east of Bald Head Island. That's out there in the neighborhood of Frying Pan Shoals. I've been there. We had a boatload of divers. I was going to be the first man in the water too. I bailed off that bow just like I normally would. I came up instantly came up about 20 yards behind the boat. The boat was a 50-footer charter boat. So I went that fast, that far, that fast. So, we have a safety line off the stern of the boat. I almost said something bad. Off the stern of the boat, and I grabbed it, and they hauled me in, and I said, okay, we're done. We just aborted this dive. Not
Well,
going to do it.
from what I read on the story, I got the impression that his wife was on the boat, and
Sounds like it.
after he was late coming back up by 30 minutes.
Well, he's supposed to, you give a time that you normally figure you're going to be up, and you give you have some spare time built in there,
Right.
right? Well, he didn't come up at the prescribed time. So she waited, they waited. And about a half hour later, she hits the panic button to call the Coast Guard and notify them.
She did
Situation,
good.
here's
Yes.
the situation. She gave all of the right stuff. Coast Guard launched a C-130 or HC-130 in their case, fixed wing, headed out that way. A 45-foot boat was launched from Wrightsville Beach Coast Guard Station, and the vessel, the plane, spotted the diver in the water. He had his personal locator beacon on. So in other words, the Coast Guard could go directly to it. He was on the surface, and they hit that thing, and it gave them an emergency alert and gave them his coordinates, his latitude and longitude, and they were on top of him within just a few minutes.
Well, when I first read
And
the
they directed
story,
the boat to it.
before I got to the part where his wife called, my first thought when it said that he was late coming up and he was alone, diving alone, my first thought before I finished the story was, you always saying never dive alone.
Never dive alone.
Mhm.
But,
So-
you don't do recreational diving alone. I've dove alone on some occasions and some recovery situations and evidence search, but,
Right.
But
you have people up on the shore waiting for you.
yeah, in the boat.
Yes.
But we're, there are certain times you can do things and certain times you have to do things, but not for recreational fun diving in the ocean. That places can be a nasty at times. The ocean was great on Monday, but the currents are always bad. Particularly always bad. So, you just got to be careful. He
Wait.
probably took almost all of the precautions necessary, and he did have the final precautions. He had his wife on board with the sense to make the radio call and give the location. Do not disconnect the boat from the mooring where you are, because that's the last known position. And he
Well,
was found 3 miles away from the last known position. That means the current guiding.
he sounds like a very good instructor.
Good instructor, good people on the boat, and situation resolved. All's well that ends well, and good for them. And I'm sure he will probably hold on to the anchor if indeed that's what he was doing. So you can come up in the wrong spot and no problem
That
whatsoever.
could be scary.
I have done it, and can be kind of life-changing there for a little bit. Okay,
Wow.
that's the good news. It all ended very well. How do you like my flowers?
I know they're beautiful.
I like them.
I did not make those. I did not put it together. My wife was in a flower arranging class yesterday morning too,
Did she
in addition
do
to all
that?
the other stuff. And she did that. She
She's
knows that I like
brilliant.
sunflowers, so she.
I love sunflowers.
Oh, I did too.
I'm planting the yard full of them next year.
Yes,
I'm plowing
I
it
had
up.
some.
I got a guy with a pony, a mule, and
Right.
a disc. He's gonna come in, disc up the entire yard in the spring, and I'm planting nothing but sunflowers.
I have some that are
8
about
foot tall ones.
I like it.
5 foot tall in
She
a
did a great
huge
job.
vase in my living room.
Yeah, that looks so good.
Yes, because I love
I'm
sunflowers
proud
too.
of that. So anyway,
I have sunflowers in my yard,
do you?
but I've learned you have to water them a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to right now.
I
Well, no,
planted-
but when we had that kabillion degree heat
Yeah,
wave,
You got to keep them.
I had to learn that quick. So lesson learned, but they're doing well.
I planted mine in planters and pots. I have the miniature ones. I had the tall ones one year, and then I went and got the miniature ones. They're really
Well, it was
like
so interesting. I met Robbie in Moorhead, in Swansburg last night. She was coming from Moorhead for dinner. So on the way back, we were driving separately, of course, and she got lost. As she got caught in traffic, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
But
I'll
I was
say
driving
she knows
along.
Moorhead.
I was. Oh no, this was in Swansburg. But I was driving along, and I just got this flower arrangement with the borough, and they're on the right side coming this way. I don't remember exactly where it was. Somewhere on the other side of Hubert, on the Swansburg side of Hubert. There's a hole, probably 25 feet wide, and I don't know how long it was, of nothing but sunflowers on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Uh huh.
Yes, beautiful.
I saw it and I said, what a coincidence.
Yeah. That'd be a
Wow.
nice place to take pictures.
Oh, it would be.
Yeah.
I got one set of pictures. One picture I'm going to do. I'm going to try it. Somebody else did it originally, but I'm going to do it. It was 40 years ago that I saw it originally, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but when I get the right set of sunflowers done, I will share it.
Well, I love the windmill. The birthday present.
Okay. That was a major change in topic, wasn't it?
Well, we're still
Let's
talking
leave.
birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found a windmill. So bought one, put it together yesterday.
You did good.
It took 10 minutes to unpack it and 3 minutes to assemble it.
Well, mine took me
Is she
2
happy?
days.
Yeah.
2 days. Because once I put the 50 screws in it and realized
You
I
did
had
wrong,
put the
didn't you?
different heights wrong, I had to take it all
I hate it when
apart.
that happens.
Well, this one was all intact, except I
Not
had
mine.
I had to cut the packing. It could have made it from here to China and back
Mhm. Undisturbed.
undisturbed.
Mhm.
No, mine was the 8 foot tall one.
Yeah.
And then it had all the braces that you had to add
Oh, no,
on.
these were already assembled. All you have to do.
That's just
all you had-
cheating.
all you had to do was cut the tie wrap, this one, cut this one, and pull it apart, and there it was. Then you had to take the top
Yes.
of it, and you had to put the primary top, the wind part that turns, not that,
Right.
that moves around, the wind
Right.
vane, I guess they call it.
Yes.
And then you just lay that on top, and it's just does it by
I
itself.
wish mine had
The
been
other
like
end, I
that.
had to take a little nut off, take it off, take a washer
That's
off,
just wrong.
put the blade on it,
Mm.
and then put it back and attach it. And I had to use a wrench. It took 30 seconds
It's like assembling a Christmas tree, an artificial one.
with the less
Yeah,
issues.
Yeah.
we
I
had.
like it.
It was so simple. So
Well, all I've got
Yeah.
to say is
you
mine
go.
did not square box flat. It was all in pieces.
well,
Every
this one
piece
was
of it.
in a square box, and I actually had it at the trailer, and I drove my Jeep out yesterday because I got a bunch of tools in the Jeep. I drove it all the way out there, so I didn't have to go back and forth, and I just needed a wrench and my pocket knife. Done.
Well, Rayford, I want to thank
It's
you
just
for
right.
that cutting tool that you
You
showed me.
got
I bought one. Yeah. That thing is amazing.
Are they not
It's like
fabulous?
the greatest thing. Whoever invented that's a genius.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Is it cuts cardboard,
Hmm.
and you can zip through it without having to cut your fingers, without having to rip things, without
Into
having
strips.
It's got
Yeah.
the little
paper-
razor wheel
no
on it.
paper cuts,
Yeah.
and you can cut it the size that you want to fit your recycle bin or
Mhm.
whatever you want to do. I've got it for two reasons, of
Yeah.
course. One is this time of year, fill up the recycle bin, and normally a small box will fill up a recycle bin
Yes.
Oh, I was
unless you
tearing
can
mine
crush
down.
it or cut it up or tear it
Yep.
up, and that just takes such time.
This
Or
easy
you can cut
peasy.
this thing in a nice little same size pieces or close to it and just drop it in there.
Mhm.
I got room for
They're nice.
200 acres of cardboard boxes in,
Yeah.
in a recycle bin.
Yes.
But since we're always getting packages, and I use that term
I know
loosely
what you mean.
and fraudulently,
Mhm.
Since my wife is always getting packages, as the wintertime comes on, I use cardboard as a
Yes.
fire starter because it's better than paper. You can get the pieces of cardboard cut up in the right things and fold them over and put them underneath your wood area where you're going to stack the wood. And then you put a little bit of paper in the bottom and you light the paper, the cardboard lights, and the cardboard burns longer and hotter than the paper. The paper is nothing but a flash in the pan, right? It
Right.
burns rapidly. Paper starts the cardboard starts a small twiddle, pieces of kindling, and then that starts the big fire. It's a simple process. So now I've got a thing, instead of me sitting there for hours on end cutting up cardboard,
Mhm.
the right sizes, ripping it, making myself mad.
Mhm.
I can zip, zip, zip. I'm done. I can do a month's worth of cardboard in 20 minutes.
Well, I'll give you my cardboard that I'm cutting up this weekend. I've got about 35 boxes to cut up.
Good
You can
Lord.
save it right now because
Okay.
we will have that many boxes between now and
Okay.
Saturday.
Well, I'll put them in a something for you and
Okay.
stash it for when you need it during the winter.
You don't have a fire pit?
A fire pit?
Yeah, outside.
Yeah, I do. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay. Yep.
There goes my cardboard.
I'll give you some. I believe I have a lot.
All right.
And Christmas is coming. You know what that means. I'll have a lot of
Mhm.
boxes.
Christmas.
Mhm.
Christmas. That's the 25th.
Don't start.
That's
I know. You
10
have until
days
the
and
24th for your
9,
shopping.
10.
yeah. I got until 6 p.m. on the
4
24th.
months, 10 days, something like that.
That's it.
Mhm.
Severe weather tip brought to you by John Stars Electric, Jacksonville's standby Generac generator dealer, taking a look at reality, acknowledging that our supply of electricity can be interrupted by any number of reasons at any time on any given day. While we understand that the lights can go out, probably will go out for a time anyway, when a hurricane moves through the area, we know that. Under most conditions, the power will be restored after the storm passes, anywhere from several hours to several days. That depends upon how bad the area is hit and how many outages there are and how far scattered they are. We've come to understand that car crashes too, along with construction mishaps and squirrels, yes, squirrels can cause a loss of power at any time. None of that has anything to do with the weather. First thing, the power goes out, notify your power provider. While they may get any number of calls, and they likely will, the more they receive, the better they can pinpoint a location to examine first. Then, unplug your appliances. Listen up. Unplug your appliances. Extremely important if you haven't installed surge protectors on the circuits for your TV sets and computers. You might want to unplug your refrigerators and freezers and turn off your HVAC units. Once power is restored, a sudden surge could result in damage to certain types of appliances. You can, after the power is restored and is stable, you can flip them on one at a time. There are some of the things that you can do once the power is out. A general plan of action that will help you through storm events, including severe thunderstorms, hurricanes, and tornadoes, is also important. What supplies should you have? Water and food, of course. Food that you can eat without cooking, and enough water on hand to furnish every person in the house with 1 gallon of water per day. How long? Well, that depends upon range on enough emergency supplies that will carry you through for anywhere from 5 to 7 days. Catastrophic events like hurricanes will take longer for the emergency crews to get power restored. One of the reasons is they can't go out when the winds are, I think it's 45 miles or higher. They cannot go out and start working on power lines when the winds are still blowing, howling. So they're going to have to wait for the storm to go away. Your emergency plan can apply to situations including hurricanes and tornadoes. And while we live in an area that seldom gets ice storms or snowstorms, both events can and have happened. Even in Wilmington, to our south, 1989, more than 15 inches of snow fell over 3 days and nights. Low temperatures ranged down to zero officially on Christmas morning at 6 o'clock. Cars were abandoned along normally heavily traveled roads. Grocery stores, gas stations, pretty much everything was shut down for days on end over Christmas. Power was only sporadically out, but it was out. In an ice storm, it's a different story. Ice on power lines and tree limbs cause a lot of damage. Limbs fall, taking down power lines. There's not a lot that normal people can do to help prevent those interruptions. Again, pointing out a reason to have some emergency supplies on hand just in case. While we're thinking about the plans for emergency situations, why not bite the bullet? Contact John Stars them about getting a standby Generac generator. They make units to handle your emergency needs all the way up to generators that will handle your entire home. In this day and time, when so much of our daily lives require large amounts of current, lights, stoves, HVAC units, hot water, it's not that we're spoiled. It's just that we are recapping the benefits of our hard work. And we should be able to enjoy those. Instead of waiting for the next outage, even a short one, get the ball rolling now. Start today with a call to John Stars Electric. A member of the Stars team will stop by, listen to what you have decided, and will work with you on a plan that will suit your needs. One of the extra benefits, John Stars Electric handles everything, every aspects, including the securing the required permitting process. That can be time consuming. Meeting with your power company as well as the propane company of your choice. John Stars Electric, 910-989-190. The ball is now in your court officially. Don't change that dial. We'll be back with your weather report after this commercial break.
Hey, this is Chris Rainer from Sports Talk. Make sure you tune in tonight at 6 p.m. We'll be live from Richlands High School up in the press box as the Richlands Bobcats take on the Jacksonville Cardinals in a varsity football scrimmage. We'll have all kinds of sports guests stopping by, and we'll be previewing the upcoming high school football season. We'll see you on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Get Ahead at Work.
It's simple. Just ask for a meeting with your supervisor. While you're discussing the latest sales reports, just slip into the conversation that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Whoa! The business savvy you showed saving hundreds of dollars on home insurance will have you running seminars on saving money in no time.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Jim Gaffigan here with Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. You're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
When it comes to paint and paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their paint, painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge and helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Stars Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morris City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
And the Morning Outlook, sponsored by Community Prevention Service. 111,000 people, Americans, died last year from opioid overdoses. 111,000. Thousands of others survive and have an opportunity at a second lease on life. The number of fatal ODs continues to rise with the easy access to cheap synthetic drugs. Many of those who die are, believe it or not, first-time users. How is that even possible? First time they use it, they kick off.
Because of the amount of fentanyl in there.
They have no clue, do they?
No, they do not know.
We hear how many addicts have been hooked for years, getting started a little bit at a time in the past. That's not how the drugs of today work. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that is cheap to make, ensures that suppliers have huge profits. They'll get all the money in the world, and it can kill with the first pill taken. Why? Because there's no quality control in the production of these pills. The people who make them, the cartel, they don't care. A little extra grain or two here and there doesn't mean anything to them. It's so cheap coming from China that they can afford to put whatever they want to in there without even weighing it. The difference between a high and death can be only a couple of grains of fentanyl, a grain being smaller than the size of a pinhead. There's no way users have any clue how hot the doses are. You can't test it. Y'all don't know. The suppliers don't care. Before heading down this deadly path, ask yourself why you even want to. If you can't come up with a reason, or if you try to rationalize it, this is probably a good chance to seek some help. Community Prevention Service can help you sort out the issues or desires that you're having. They can help you help yourself find the right path to an enjoyable future. You'll be happy. Your family, your friends, and colleagues will be for you. You can get started with a single telephone call. 910-353-0972. Counselors are available to listen and to help you work out a treatment plan that does not include pills. Taking pills to quit taking pills is a dead-end trip. Community Prevention Service, a local company located at 918 Henderson Drive, right here in Jacksonville. Make a note of that number, 910-353-0972. Don't waste any time. Call and get yourself some help, and a much happier person. And so will your family. Offshore today, northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, east 2 to 3 feet, 2-foot waves from the northeast every 3 seconds. Light, little choppy out there. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop. Tomorrow, northeasterly winds 5 to 10, seas 4 to 6 feet. Yep, and building to 5 to 8 in the afternoon. 7-foot waves from the southeast, 15 seconds apart. They're going to be big, far apart. You're going to be doing some rocking and rolling. Getting big waves as Hurricane Ernesto passes offshore tomorrow. Sounds and rivers a light chop. Saturday, southwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots, increasing to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Seas 4 to 6 feet, 3 to 5 near shore. 6-foot waves from the southeast every 13 seconds. Sounds and rivers a light chop, increasing to a moderate chop in the afternoon.
Today, sunny, high of 87. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 64. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 88. Tomorrow night, clear, low of 67. On Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 88. And then Saturday night, partly cloudy, low of 71.
Kind of a neat little time here. Okay, I got to make a phone call. So
Okay.
y'all carry on.
All
with
right.
that.
All right. Oh, Kelly, I got something good that you can talk about. I watched a Board of Education meeting Tuesday night, and during the meeting, they were talking about that they were working on putting vape detectors in all the bathrooms in the middle school and the high school,
Correct.
and had hoped to have them done by the start of school.
Yes.
So many comments on that post, and it was a story by the Jacksonville Daily News, which they did a good job. So many comments on that post, like that they should have taken that money and used it for supplies and better things than that. What's your response to that?
Okay, here's my response to that. First of all, a lot of these comments are probably maybe by people that don't have kids in the school system, especially the middle school system and the high school.
Vaping is a big thing there, right?
Let me tell you, there are kids in these middle schools out here running criminal enterprises out of the bathroom with these vapes. They're selling the vapes
Really?
to kids. Yes. And we're talking $40, $50, $60 a vape.
Where are they getting this money?
What do you mean? A lot of kids have cash. Some kids have debit cards and yeah.
In middle school?
Yeah. Yeah, kids have ways to get money.
Somewhere
And then
I went wrong.
What I want to know is where the kids are getting the vapes, but
Right.
that, but I mean, they're running enterprises, but kids are going. There are some bathrooms here in Onslow County in middle and high schools where kids won't even go to the bathroom because they can't, because they're so full of kids in there vaping or selling vapes or whatever. And some of these vapes, some in the high school level, and I can speak to that because I've had a few kid clients discuss this. They're doing THC vapes. They're not even doing
really?
Yeah. And that's like so marijuana vapes. But the other thing is, I was at a meeting on Tuesday, and law enforcement discussed these vapes in the school. These are not like metal detectors. The ones in the bathrooms are like, the best way I could describe them is, without knowing exactly based on his description, they're like almost like smoke detectors, but they're AI. They have AI capability in there, so they can tell how many kids are in the bathroom at one time, and they're detected more. I think he said either more than 4 or more than 5, and I'm not sure about the number.
But it gets to be a group.
It alerts the front office,
there you go.
and it can tell where. Because somebody said, "Well, how are you gonna know if they come which kid had the vape?" Apparently, this can tell like where in the bathroom the vape smoke, vapor, whatever it's coming from.
It can detect the vaping odor from the,
And not only that,
the other odors that would be naturally occurring
and it
in the
also
bathroom.
picks up keywords that they use too.
And,
Oh,
and just
really?
real quick, 'cause
Oh, no, that's getting
I know you have somebody on the
Yep, we
phone,
do.
but in answer to the money, it was $700,000.
It was a
It was a
grant.
grant by the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction.
Interesting.
Center for Safer Schools.
Yeah, this
Okay,
was
now,
it
there's
wasn't-
also
it was
some money
targeted for this.
being used for enhanced detection of
all the high schools have
guns.
all the high schools have the metal detectors now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, I know we got a caller. We're going to talk to him in just a second. I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm reading stories here all the time, and I found another one today about our president, and people are bashing him to the point that it's getting ridiculous. They're bashing Kamala Harris for things that happened years ago, maybe 15 years ago or 20 years ago, things that she was involved in. And people like you guys, you bash, other people bash Trump for what occurred in the past.
You check his temperature.
What?
Are you
But
okay?
it's getting a little bit tiring to do all of this. What do you think, Doug?
All right, he's
Did I
already
lose
hung
Doug?
up.
Hey, Dougie, you there?
Maybe not.
You sure you're hitting the right button over there, Rayford?
Yeah.
Doug, where are you?
Oh, Dougie. Oh, Dougie.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
don't
we'll
know where he
just
is. I'll
hang
have
up
to
and call him again.
hang up.
So, but yeah, all these people saying this money could be used. Once again,
This was
this is people
targeted.
spouting off about something they don't know anything about. This was a grant. This wasn't line item budgeted items, as they said. Instead of buying books and pencils and whatever, we're going to buy these. This was a grant.
Right, and it was targeted
For
for
the-
this purpose.
And other schools in the state are using the same pot
That's
of money.
right.
This wasn't.
And Onslow County was, I think there was one other school that got just a little bit more, but Onslow County was top in
Because
in the
we've got a
funds.
major problem here.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I
So,
just could not.
But I mean, when
believe
people
the
start
comments.
talking about money, you don't, because you're talking about things you don't know anything about. And you know, everybody always wants to jump to a conclusion before they have all the facts. And this is once again a grant.
Right. And things are different nowadays than they were back when some of these complainers went to school. So,
Well, some of them don't even have kids in the school system.
that's
So
true.
there's that.
Well, let's see if we got Doug now. You there?
I'm here.
There?
Are you there?
Hey,
Oh,
Doug.
no, I'm not
Hey,
here, but I'm
Doug.
there. How are you doing?
This is what happens, Rayford, when you vape in the bathroom.
That's right.
You don't hit the right button.
That's right.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what it was. How are you?
I'm fine. And first off, Kelly, it's been a while, and I saw about your dog. My condolences.
Thank
I saw
you,
the
Doug.
post that you wrote, and those were really sweet. But on this Thursday morning, I have a question for you guys that I want you to answer truthfully.
Okay.
Like if
Truthfully.
I gave you sodium pentothal,
All
I
right.
want you to be that truthful.
Yeah, it's not.
And
That
here's
doesn't
the
work that
question.
well.
Okay.
If you were the candidate, and forget about policy,
hmm
whose shoes would you rather be in today? Kamala Harris's or Donald Trump's?
I can't wear heels. They hurt my feet.
Who's got your only goal is to win. Whose shoes do you want to be in? The silence, if you're listening, as you drive around Onslow County from these folks is they don't want to say it. You'd rather be in Harris's shoes, wouldn't you?
I would not.
Nope.
You think he has a better chance?
You're talking about only because of the polls. That's what you're looking at. Is that correct?
No, I will tell you, I'm a little political science nerd. I will tell you it's one number in particular that got me, that I think is the whole story of the entire election.
Okay.
And the number is 44%. Forget about all the other polls. That's the only number that matters. And why that's important is because the day, if you were to look at the polling averages the day before Biden dropped out, Trump was at 44%. If you were to look at it today, he's at 45%. This is huge because he hasn't lost one vote to Harris. He's not losing anybody to Harris. Instead, what happened is Harris is going up from where Biden was at because she's getting these people who are like, oh, please, please, not Trump and Biden. We've done that again. Anybody but Trump and Biden. She comes along. They flock to her because she's new. And the problem that you're having with Trump is he never had these voters to begin with. So he's never going to get them back. They've already discarded them. So he's got to get people to be just as disgruntled with her as they were with him, Biden. Instead of saying, hey, linking them together and making this about policy, he's in Asheville talking about her Time magazine cover. If he doesn't get this turned around and quickly, he's going to lose in a landslide.
So you're
he's talking about Time magazine when he should be talking about the economy.
So you're
I agree with that.
You're agreeing with Nikki Haley then, and a bunch of other Republicans out there. You're agreeing with these folks out there who say, you know what, Donald, if you just quit talking about her intelligence, first of all, I know for a fact she's well educated and she's got intelligence. That's me talking, all right? I know that, and Donald should know that as well. As far as her record, if maybe you could probably harp on her record if you want to go in that direction and use the left coast mentality when you do it. But as far as harping on her race, no, that's a given. You don't know any more about her race than I know about her race, and it's in writing.
Well, the race is it should be irrelevant.
It should be irrelevant, but that and her intelligence are the two things he's been harping. Oh, I'm sorry, and the size and the size of her crowds at the rally.
Yeah.
What difference does that make?
No, I think but I think, Doug, one thing I will say that when you're talking about polling numbers and whatever, I think part of I think we will start to get a true sense if they actually do debate and if she actually starts answering questions from reporters. She hasn't given any interviews.
I wouldn't either. She's the smartest thing in the world to keep her mouth shut. Just let everybody self-destruct for a while.
Yeah.
Right, Bud?
But I mean, I think the numbers will even out a little bit, but I think it's going to be an incredibly close race. Very close.
I think it's going to be very close, but what you've got to realize is he's got to get to offset the folks that are flocking to her. He's got to get folks they're called low propensity voters because they don't vote typically.
Right.
They don't vote for school board. They don't vote for president. They don't vote for any race in between. He's got to get people who are registered to vote but don't vote, which is the largest block, to finally show up to polls. And if he doesn't match, every vote that she gets that's flocking to her with these folks that don't generally vote, he's in real problem. He's in a real situation, and she does seem to have the momentum now. You would be crazy if you didn't say that you'd rather be in her shoes.
Well, back
at this moment,
back when Biden was still in the race, 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago, whatever it was, when he bowed out. At that point in time, would you have given Trump odds that he would win hands down?
No, I would not. And the reason for that is I don't think Americans want to waste their vote.
Mm-hmm.
And if you looked at the polls at that time, you saw someone like RFK Jr. hitting 13%. There's no way RFK Jr. was ever going to get 13%.
No.
People were going to break one way or the other. Now, they may not have broken until October, but what we're seeing is that they're breaking now early on, and they're rushing to her side. She's getting the RFK vote. She's getting the people who were going to stay home because they were frustrated.
Are you in a hurry to go to work or anything?
I don't think Americans waste their vote in general.
Yeah. Are you in a hurry to go to work? Can we take a break?
You can do whatever, yeah.
Well, don't go away, though. I don't want you to go away. You're live and local, Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
When it comes to paint and paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their paint, painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge and helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Doris Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morehead City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, we're back, and Doug's still on the line with us. Doug, observation here. If the longer, with early voting starting soon, right? Absentee ballots, people can request them and they can send them in, right?
Mm-hmm.
When that happens, the longer that Harris puts off having, one-on-ones or news conferences or anything like that where the media is involved, where not just a rally, but the entire country can listen to her, where she has to answer questions, the better off she is, I would think. Would you not think so?
Well, I think the voting in Pennsylvania is going to start in a couple of weeks,
yes,
or in the middle of September. August is not early anymore.
No,
August
it's not.
is late. So, yeah, I think any gaffe that she can avoid making, you don't ever want to make a gap, but if you can put that off until some of these votes are cast in Pennsylvania and some of these early states, yes, but it's better for her. I don't think, though, anyone cares whether she does an interview with the media, though. That's my opinion. Nobody but the media cares about that.
Pretty much, but, and the media, of course, and some Americans are saying she should do it because we want to know what she's really like.
I think she's smart not to do it.
But she's smart not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
If you gave John McCain, a do-over about letting Sarah Palin go out and do interviews, he would have said, "Oh, that was a mistake."
Yep.
This woman is not Sarah Palin. This woman is a lawyer. She's got a doctorate of jurisprudence. This is a smart woman who knows how to give an interview. And the thing that will happen, and I can already predict this, I can already tell you what Rayford will say, is she will give an interview and you guys will say, oh, yeah, but it was to Anderson Cooper. That's not a tough interview. It was to Rachel Maddow. That's not a tough interview.
Yeah.
So she doesn't win even if she gives an interview. Trump giving an interview to Fox and Friends is not a real interview, right?
Nope, it's not.
I mean, so where could she go that you would be pleased with?
I'm not pleased whether she's going to do it or not. I don't really care. I look at history, I look at records, I look at what I would think, and then I'm confused and I don't want to vote. But for either side. But if the more she doesn't say, double negatives there. I love them. Paul Harvey used them, and I like them. The more she doesn't say, the more Donald Trump will say, and the more Donald Trump says, the better off she is. Do you agree?
That's 100% correct. When you go
It's the first
up
time
and
he's
you
ever
talk
told me
about,
that.
as he did yesterday, this Time magazine cover, and you could tell that he was just irked by it.
Yes, he was.
I don't know why that's important to him, but it is. That reminds folks exactly what they didn't like about him and why they got rid of him the last time around. He's got to make this election about the people and about the economy and how, if he views that he can do better at inflation or whatever the issue is, he's got to make this about people are spending more to live.
So,
and that this election is about you, but it's not about you. It's always about him.
So, Doug, if you and I were his campaign people, if you and I shared it as co-campaign managers, could we elect him if he would listen to us? If he would listen to us,
follow our advice.
If he would listen to us,
probably.
Yeah, I thought so. I think so.
But that's the thing. Is he going to listen?
No.
Well, yeah, he would to
Would
somebody.
you take him on as that's the question. Would you take a guy like this on as a client?
Yeah.
Who's probably more like to go rogue than anything else.
Yeah, I'd
would.
take him on because I'd sit there and I'd say things to him that he probably would not want to hear. But you know what? Nobody else tells him stuff that he really needs to hear. He won't listen to people because they've got too much to lose by telling him the truth. I don't have anything to lose. You don't have anything to lose. We could tell him what we want to tell him. Doesn't like it? Okay, fine. That'll just make you look even dumber. And he's smart enough to know that.
I think the handwriting, unless he turns this around, and as you said, Rayford, voting's going to start soon, so he
Yep.
doesn't have much time to turn this around.
He does not.
You're looking at the makings of a blue wave.
I'm not going to go with the blue
and
wave.
That's not on her. That's on him.
I'm not going to go with the blue wave. I think there's going to be a lot of split stuff. I think North Carolina is going to go with a governor that's going to be not what it should be, because I don't like him at all. That's it. But the Republican running is just like he's died. He's died on the vine. He has done nothing in the last 3 years. What's he done?
He finally caught up the rape kits that were backlogged for years.
That was the Attorney General.
That's when he,
Yeah.
no, he is.
You're talking about the Attorney General.
Yes.
Yeah, he did that. I'm talking about the Lieutenant Governor. He's done nothing in the last 3.5
I
years.
thought you were talking about Josh Stein.
Nope.
Yeah, and there's the hope, if you're a Democrat, that coattails can move up and that people will vote on the governor's race here in North Carolina and then stick around and vote for Harris.
That's not going to happen in North Carolina. Let's be real. I mean, that handwriting's on the wall. But
Doug, I have a question from a listener. I think we pretty much already discussed this, but they want to know if you think it's a threat to democracy that the sitting vice president and candidate for president does not do interviews and answer to the press.
No. I mean, first off, she's doing rope line interviews. I would tell her not to rush out and do one anyway.
Yeah, me
She'll
too.
hold a press conference at some point. She'll do it at the. This is all ego of the media. That's all this is. Oh, we need to get our chance. And the moment she gets one, that issue will go away. I don't think that's a threat to democracy, because she is out there speaking to the voters. She is out there in front of crowds speaking to the voters. Well, he has largely been in Florida. He's made only a couple of the rally in Montana and now the rally in Asheville. It's 2 rallies in 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
She's at least talking to the voters. Is it a threat to democracy that he's just staying home?
No, he's been out doing rallies. He was in Nashville last night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I said
but 2 in 2 weeks where she's been barnstorming the country.
He's been doing a lot of, I will say, in his defense, he's been doing a lot of interviews.
Mhm.
He's been doing a lot of commercials. He's got more, rallies planned.
Well, wasn't he in
So-
like Wisconsin or Minnesota where
He's
that
in-
plane
Yeah,
issue,
just over
wherever? What?
No,
this
that was
weekend?
Montana.
Was I knew it was
just over the
somewhere.
weekend.
Okay, yeah, that was over the weekend.
Hey, Dougie, we appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
I thought you were going to
Thank
get
you. You
into
guys
some
have a good
hard
day.
stuff. I was ready.
This is cool.
I was too, but Doug, pet,
Thanks, Doug.
Bigfoot.
Littlefoot.
Bigfoot.
Yes.
No,
Little Fonda.
not Little
Fonda's
Fonda.
right next to
Never.
Oh.
Tell him I said hello.
Little Fonda
All
has, Fonda has changed her tune. You know that, right?
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
Fonda has changed her tune. She says she made all those mistakes way back when that we continue to blame her for.
I do blame her. I'm bitter towards
50
it
some
too.
years ago, 60 years
No,
ago.
that's why I named my dog after her.
Mhm.
I know you because your dog has had a new vision of life. I got you. Thank you, Doug.
All right. I'll
Bye,
talk to you
Doug.
later.
Later. Let's take a break here. Live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME.
Coming up on the next College Gold, it's pre-Beatles. We're going to count down the hits of 1963. We got the Kingsmen, Ruby and the Romantics, Jan and Dean, Four Seasons, the Essex, Stevie Wonder, Leslie Gore, Beach Boys, Little Peggy March, Bobby Vinton, the Chiffons, and a bunch more. The hits of 1963. Next Gold. Hope you'll join us. Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Freedom 97.1 and 1120 a.m. WSME.
It's hot outside, but the summer heat does not keep Mix Masters Concrete of Beulaville inside. They can handle the heat and that concrete project on your to-do list this summer. When it comes to ready-mix concrete, nobody does it harder or quicker than Mix Masters Concrete Incorporated. Highway 24 East in Beulaville. Whether you need concrete for an outdoor kitchen, residential, commercial, or agricultural project, Mix Masters Concrete Incorporated can handle it. And they serve all of Eastern North Carolina. From driveways, patios, to livestock housing, Mix Masters has the concrete. And owner Scott Thigpen will gladly provide a free estimate with delivery on Saturdays. And KPT Masonry specializes in professional concrete finishing. Again, nobody does concrete harder or quicker than Mix Masters Concrete Incorporated of Beulaville. So, when you need ready-mix concrete, call Mix Masters Concrete of Beulaville first, 910-298-6153. That's 910-298-6153. Mix Masters Concrete Incorporated of Beulaville takes this time to thank those that serve us for our most prized possession, our freedom, and is proud to be a part of the continuing growth of Duplin, Onslow, Jones, and all surrounding counties.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, And in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Oh, Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311.
More than 200 members of Congress are standing up for AM radio listeners. The AM Every Vehicle Act will keep AM radio in cars because when cell and internet services, this free service could be your only lifeline. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress to pass this critical legislation now.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text stop to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back here for a minute or two before we have to do news. Let's see, Kelly had to take her leave of absence. There's a lawsuit that's been going on for a while aimed at forcing the Justice Department, the DOJ, to produce records from special counsel Robert Hur's probe into Joe Biden's handling of classified documents before he was elected president. Guess what? They found 117 pages that were previously missing. They suddenly found it, of transcribed discussions between the president and his ghostwriter.
Mm-hmm.
The find was highlighted Wednesday by the Oversight Project, a conservative government transparency watchdog that sued the DOJ. The ghostwriter was previously subject to a March subpoena from the House Judiciary Committee, which sought to any and all documents, contracts, and recordings of interviews and conversations with the president. Well, wasn't the president then.
Isn't that the one, though, where in the documents, there was statements made that he felt like that Joe Biden was losing his memory?
Yes, that's the one.
And yes.
He said that, he was, I forgot what the quotes were. But anyway, he was something about Biden being a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
That's it. That's it.
Okay. I knew I could find it in a second. Anyway, that's that. I guess that'll come to light now. Let's take a break, do a little Fox News, come back, and we're going to talk to a gentleman named Timmy. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME.
Onslow County, this is your Freedom 97.1 WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Could a temporary pause in the war between Hamas and Israel happen? Ceasefire talks resume, but it's anybody's guess if Hamas will show up.
Overnight, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu gave his negotiating team a wider mandate to bring to the table, though analysts remain pessimistic about the possibility of success. From Israel, the heads of intelligence agencies, the Shin Bet and Mossad, will be part of the team, along with a top advisor to the prime minister. While the Americans, Egyptians, and Qataris will be there, it's unknown if Hamas will participate.
Fox's Trey Inks in Haifa, Israel. There's a new Fox News survey taking the temperature of the presidential race.
Trump leading Harris by a single point nationally, 8 points, though, among independents.
That is Fox's Griff Jenkins reporting from Washington this morning. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Okay, we're back live on Local Real Talk, and we're going to go down the road, up the road, over yonder, over the hills, and all that sort of good stuff. Hey, Tim, what's up?
Oh, man, Lord have mercy. We're bleeding back.
What's going on?
Oh, man, we're down here in hot Atlanta, Georgia, and I just want to say that Hampstead ain't got nothing on this hole. And God almighty, it has been tough this morning. I'm trying to get back home.
You know, if you'll
I had to leave yesterday morning, go to Irondale, Alabama, drop off a machine, pick up a machine. And it took me an hour and 15 minutes to get around Atlanta yesterday. And I'm already working on an hour, and I'm having to go around the south side of Atlanta because that's what my permit says I have to do. And I've already been on in an hour, and I haven't even made it yet, which I'm trying to get back around 20.
You know, if you'll head over there to Savannah, get on, head straight for Savannah and find yourself one of those boats, a ship, and come on up to the port of Wilmington, you'll be a lot better off.
I'm just not permitted to do that.
Well, once you're at sea, permits don't count.
Now, well, I weigh 109,000 pounds. I'm 11 feet wide. Yeah, it counts today.
Yeah, well, on the ocean it won't. On those big old boats it
I
won't.
know.
Ships it won't.
Yeah,
How's it going, Timmy?
Yeah,
What's
I just
up?
have to get there. It's going good. It's been a hectic week, aggravating week trying to get this thing done. And well, like I said, we're on the downhill slide now. Hopefully.
Good.
But I was listening to Doug, and for the first time that I can remember, he actually made a lot of sense.
Yeah, he makes sense a lot. We just don't listen to him sometimes.
Well, I know. He just,
Don't agree with him.
He don't want to talk about the blue wave, and I thank God. So that wave went out to sea a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with most of what he said. It's going to be a tight race. I think it's going to be a tight race. It's not going to be a landslide.
Nope.
And I think what he said was true about people that weren't going to vote. I think they're going to come out and vote. But with the people I've been around, I have not heard anybody talk about voting for Kamala. But you never know. And we're talking about the polls. Well, I remember the poll said that Hillary was going to beat Trump, and Hillary, that's what we heard for a long time on the Democratic poll.
Mm-hmm.
That Hillary was going to beat Trump, and Trump beat her. And then we heard that Trump was going to beat Biden, and Biden beat Trump. So I don't go by the polls.
I don't either. It's that last day. We're going to get a significant number of votes that are going to be cast early. Absentee votes will be cast early. We're going to get people going to the polls when they open the polls for early voting. We're going to get all of that done. And that's what both are counting on. He's trying to get people now to go to the polls and vote for him early so they don't change their mind. And she's trying to keep her mouth shut so she can get people when they go to the polls to vote for her because she hasn't stepped in it.
Yeah. And that's exactly what's going on. I mean, I see it. You get a lot of hatred on both sides. I've had some. I did hear one person talking about, yes, she's going to vote for her. And, okay. I mean, that's up to you. Didn't get any argument out of it because I didn't mean to tell that lie. I hadn't heard any. I heard one. And I said, okay. I said, but I'm going to cancel you out. And she just looked at me. And what? I said, I'm going to cancel you. When you vote for her, I'm not going to vote for her. And I'm going to cancel you out.
Yeah.
And it took a few minutes for that to get in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't believe it. But, yeah, I mean, I've listened to her. Excuse me. She wants to start fracking again. And so some of the things she's doing, she's imitating what Trump has said.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel better if she'll do what she says. I feel better about her than what I had Biden. But personally, I don't want her. Because my male chauvinist pig comes out on me sometimes, and I can't help it. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to make a lot of women mad. My daddy said it when I was growing up, and I've lived it. And I'm going through it now.
Here we go.
My daddy used and my daddy used to say it, and I'm starting to believe more and more and more. Woman ain't got no business with authority because they can't handle it. And so there you go, ladies. You get mad at me if you want to, but I've seen 2 different cases where that was true. They couldn't handle it. They're doing things they shouldn't do. They may be good on computer, on paperwork, and what have you, but they don't know nothing about what I'm doing.
In other words, keep them in the kitchen where they belong.
Whoa, wait a minute,
Is that
guys.
what you're saying?
Y'all need to simmer down.
Now, as far as a woman goes, the best truck drivers out here on the road, I'm telling you this right now. I've seen women truck drivers, men truck drivers, and women are better truck drivers when they learn than men are. You know why? They're more cautious all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I see a woman truck driver, I praise them. I appreciate what you do because they are, to me, they are safer than most of these. They're safer, probably safer than I am. Because I've had them tell me I would be caught dead hauling something like that. Well, ma'am, it's got to be hauled. Well, I sure as heck wouldn't do it. But women are safer out here on the road driving trucks.
More cautious.
It's a proven statement. And the insurance is cheaper on a woman truck driver than it is on a man.
Oh, now I'm insulted.
Wait a minute. I have something to say. Yesterday morning on my way here, I was being tailgated. I had a car that was weaving in and out, trying to get around me,
And
trying to get to the other lane. And then another one right behind her. And both of them were women.
Uh-huh.
I'm
well,
like,
I'm saying truck drivers now, not the ones putting on makeup and texting at the same time. No. I said truck drivers, you got to understand that. Yeah, I just had a Mustang a while ago, took the bumper off of me, and there was a woman driving it. I mean, right here on the Beltway. And that ain't half of it. When I was trying to get to the Beltway, they were all gone crazy. They're trying to get in the lane they want to get in. And one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life, they over here on I-20 eastbound, on ramps, they got stoplights.
What?
He's got stoplights.
On a ramp going to an interstate?
You got 2 of them.
On an on-ramp going, do they stop traffic on the interstate?
Yeah.
What?
No, they're only on the on-ramp. What they're doing, they're feathering that traffic onto the interstate is what they're doing. You'll see it red, you'll go green, it'll go red, it'll go green. It lets cars out one at a time.
what?
And I said, well, man, that is just the most awesome thing I've ever seen. And they were regulating traffic to try to get on the Beltway.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
I thought it was awesome. I said, man,
Yes.
that should have been done years ago.
As long as somebody's there, as long as these people there are obeying those traffic lights.
Yeah. Well, they got cameras right there, too.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I
that's
saw that hanging up, yeah.
No.
But it was amazing. So
I'm
I'm
staying
not
home.
putting women down, but I'm going to tell you folks, if you don't know about what your job consists of, because I'll give you a prime example. It makes me mad as hell. They put us on a buddy punch system, and ever since I've been at this job, I have clocked in at 6 o'clock and gone
Oh,
to
I
work.
thought you were punching somebody.
too.
Punching your buddy.
Yeah, punching my buddy. That's what we do. It's a little iPad. I came in last Thursday and punched in 6 o'clock, and the flag comes up. Can't punch in till 7 o'clock. Well, maybe my iPad's messed up. Another guy comes in at 6:30. He's like, man, what's up with my iPad? I don't know what it is. So we said, can't punch in 7 o'clock. Okay, so 7 o'clock, we punched in. We got the news. And they want all set time at 7 o'clock. I said, well, what's going on with me? Because I have to go over there to a job site, and I need to get there early so I can get the equipment moved before the traffic gets real bad. Well, we don't know. Right now, you're just going to clock in at 7. Well, yesterday evening, I'm in Bleming, Georgia, fixing to shut down. And this is where it really gets cool. And I go to punch out, and I'm already punched out. So I call my office manager. What is going on? Well, it only lets you work so many hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to fix it. They have to go back in there and fix it because I have to tell them what time I actually clocked out.
Somebody, some pencil pushing, key punching nerd decided he had a better plan.
Well, it was somebody who works over there in the big office.
That's what I said.
Got this bright idea. You're right. And okay, well, and somebody approached me. One of the big wigs approached me about it the day before I left. Said something about it. I said, well, I didn't come here looking a job. I was recruited. So now I can go clean my truck out. I ain't got to give you notice.
I can park it right beside the road and catch me a bus.
Yeah. I told him, I said, I ain't got to work here. Go find you somebody else. He said, well, no, don't feel that way. I said, well, y'all, whenever you got people to do something, they need to run it by you first. He said, yeah, that doesn't sound too good. I said, there's your problem right there. But I'm just saying, people try to control people. And that's all it is, control.
Mm-hmm.
And it just blew up because I've seen the time I'm not supposed to work if I'm out here driving interstate traffic. I'm not supposed to drive or on duty not drive no more than 14 hours in the 24-hour period. It just, I just couldn't believe it. Blew my mind what some people do. And so, yeah, that's when I state those facts. Sometimes my dad, like I said, my daddy said it back in the 60s, 70s, and the 80s. And I swear it, sometimes I tend to believe it. No lie. I really do. And I had to get that. I'm probably going to get in trouble, but it's all right. I'll survive it. But I just want to throw that hat in the ring this morning, but especially about Kamala and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I'm not saying she would be bad. If she will follow through with some of the things she said, but Obama didn't follow through with what he said. The only thing Obama did great was he made birth control pills and condoms free.
Uh-huh.
And I remember that. Birth control pills and condoms were free.
You glad
go
you
to
took
the health department with a prescription for birth control pills, or they give you a prescription for birth. You could go to the pharmacy. It costs you a dime.
Glad you took advantage of that.
And that's fine with it. He was trying to cut down on unwanted pregnancy.
Gotcha.
I think that was a great thing, and I praise him for it. But I'm going to get off of here. Y'all enjoy it. I've been listening to you.
Thank you, sir.
It makes me feel a little bit closer to home whenever I listen to y'all on the radio.
No, we appreciate you listening.
When I'm out here.
We got somebody.
Oh, yeah, I'm a faithful listener now.
We got
Unless
apparently
I'm busy
some.
doing something I can't get to the radio.
We apparently got somebody down in Florida that listens to was a classmate of Lee's.
Yeah.
Way back when.
Great.
Hi, Carolyn.
So.
Hi, Caroline.
I spread the word. I mean, y'all, and I give them the options. I give them the www.this, and I give them simple radio, and I give them the AM, I give them the FM.
You can find us if you want us.
Oh, go ahead.
I said you can find us if you want us.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it, bud.
All right, sound good. All right, Timmy, thank you, sir.
We'll see y'all later.
You got it. Be
All
safe out there.
Bye.
Watch out for them red lights on the interstate. Red lights I remember on the interstate I've heard about were for other purposes. Let's take a break. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Weather is next.
Hey, this is Chris Raynor from Sports Talk. Tune in Friday morning at 9 a.m. Our guests will be Northside head football coach Kenny Pollock, and our co-host will be Tim Foster. We'll be talking about Northside High School football and the upcoming high school football season, as well as our racing review, Willie's Roundup, and This Day in Sports, and also everything else from the wide world of sports. We'll see you on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue, in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solitech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and pay top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay. We're back, and we're just looking through a couple of scam possibilities out there, and one of them is I get this text message. The second one I've had. Your package could not be delivered. The address apparently is wrong. We'll hold your package, and you click on this and do this and this and this. Don't. It's a scam. It's a scam. And can I repeat that? It's a scam. Yes. The Marine Outlook is sponsored by Community Prevention Services. 111,000 people died last year in this country from opioid overdoses. Thousands of others survived and have an opportunity for a second lease on life. The number of fatal ODs continues to rise with the easy access to cheap synthetic drugs. Many of those who die are, believe it or not, first-time users. First time they've ever tried something like this. We hear how many addicts have been hooked for years. We've heard that over the years. Heroin, you build up to it. You get started a little here, a little there. That's not how the drugs of today work. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that is cheap to make, ensures suppliers of huge profits, and can kill with the first pill taken. Understand that, people. If you go buy one of these pills or some friend gives it to you at a party and it says, I don't know, pick a drug, hydrocodone. And it says hydrocodone. I doubt very seriously if the cartel can spell that. But anyway, whatever. Don't do it. Profits are huge for these people. There is no quality control in the production of the pills. The difference between a high and death can actually be only a couple grains of fentanyl, a grain being smaller than the size of a pinhead. There's no way you, any user, that you have any clue how hot the doses are. The suppliers don't care. There are plenty more just like you. So if you die, it's okay. There are others out there who will pick up the cause. Before heading down this deadly path, ask yourself why you even want to. What's in it for you? Are you ready to roll the dice? 50-50? Flip a coin. Live or die. Would you do that? Would you flip a coin? I mean, even in a revolver with 6 chambers, you put one bullet in, spin the chamber, you got 1 in 6 chance. Here you got 1 in 2 of dying. Community Prevention Service, they'll help you sort out the issues or desires that you're having. They can help you help yourself find the right path to an enjoyable future. You'll be happy. Your family, your friends, and colleagues will be happy. You can get started with a single call, 910-353-0972. Counselors are available to listen and to help you work out a treatment plan that does not include drugs of any kind. Taking pills to quit taking pills is a dead-end trip. Community Prevention Service, a local company located at 918 Henderson Drive, right here in Jacksonville. Offshore, northeasterly winds today, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet. 2-foot waves from the northeast every 3 seconds. Light, but a little choppy out there. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop. Tomorrow, northeasterly winds 5 to 10, seas 4 to 6. Building, they're going to be kicking up 5 to 8 in the afternoon. 7-foot waves from the southeast, 15 seconds apart. Getting pretty big as Hurricane Ernesto passes offshore. It's not going to impact us anyway other than with the big waves and a lot of rip currents. Sounds and rivers a light chop tomorrow. Saturday, southwesterly winds 5 to 10, increasing to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Seas 4 to 6 feet, 3 to 5 near shore. 6-foot waves from the southeast every 13 seconds. So we still got it on Saturday. Be careful. If you're going to swimming, go swimming where there's a lifeguard.
Absolutely.
Preferably go to a swimming pool or go to the intercoastal waterway. Sounds and rivers a light chop, increasing to a moderate chop in the afternoon.
And don't swim by yourself either. Okay, today is sunny with a high near 87. Calm wind becoming northeast around 6 miles per hour this morning. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 64. Can you imagine that? 64 tonight, Rayford?
I'm going to be
You're going to have to
freezing.
get the fire going. Friday, sunny with a high near 88. Saturday, mostly sunny, 88. And Sunday, a chance of late afternoon showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 88.
Yep.
Nice weather.
It's going to be nice. It's almost like fall weather out there.
I know
So, and
I'm
a
gonna
lot
get
of
my
people look
boots
forward
out.
to fall. Yeah. Well, we've had rain boots on for a while, hip
Yes.
boots too. So
The other
we
one.
wear hip boots in here because, that stuff gets kind of deep at
It
times.
does.
I heard a few minutes ago that there is an exhibition game, a training game or something like that involving football right around the corner. Chris Miller from the Jacksonville Daily News, the sports editor extraordinary. Is that true?
Yes, we do. We have high school football scrimmages today and tomorrow, and we've actually had a couple earlier this week as well. But we were supposed to have some last week, but the inclement weather derailed some of those plans. But
yeah,
we got Jacksonville at Richlands. Jacksonville at Richlands tonight at 6 o'clock for JV and varsity scrimmages. I know our good friend Chris Rayner and Hollywood Man are going to be there. Broadcasting the scrimmages.
So
and,
good. That's going to be live then. That's excellent.
Giving some commentary. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then a week from Friday, a week from tomorrow, we're going to have the
Yeah.
season openers on the 23rd. So can't believe it's already here.
I looked at the calendar and I said, wait, 23rd, that's right around the corner. Oh, whoa, that's coming up in a week and a half. Something ridiculous. So wow, I'm looking forward to it. I hope it'll cool off.
The summer goes by fast. I mean, it just seems like it was just a few weeks ago that we got out of school. And, I think it seems to go fast because the kids still aren't in school. And that's a totally different topic. But the fact that we have high school football games or high school games in general start before the school starts is a little awkward. But I think that's the reason why the summer goes by so fast. It seems to be going so fast. But it's here, and I think a lot of people are looking forward to it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I think the fall season is going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I'm looking forward to football. I always like to go to the football game. So, we'll be up there in force, at least 3 of us, and then we'll be throwing things out and hollering and shouting and carrying on and cheering Jacksonville Cardinals on, because we're all the 3 of us that go. We're Cardinal fans, and we are Cardinal alumni.
And I look forward to when I go to the Jacksonville games, seeing you guys, my friends in the press box.
Yes, sir.
We probably have to wait a little bit for the weather to cool down before y'all start making that chowder that y'all have.
I'll be making some of some sort or another. You can
I was
count on
trying
that.
to find.
I got to make some chili this year.
That's what we had.
Was
Wasn't
it
that chili?
I don't know.
Oh, was it chili? I thought it was chowder.
Or was it chowder?
It was probably chowder.
I think it was chowder. That's right. Yeah,
I'll make some chili this year when we get chili outside one night.
I was trying to find your article that I was reading last night. I thought it was on X, so I must have been mistaken. But you put out your predictions, your early predictions on winners.
Now, do I need to go over there and
Do you
whomp
want to
him?
share that? I started reading. I was like, but I didn't read the whole thing. I got distracted.
Yeah, I post all my story links on Twitter, X, whatever Elon Musk calls it these days, and
X-rated.
I was just looking
it's
for
also on our
it.
website, jdnews.com,
Right.
and in the print edition as well. But yeah, I list all 11 high school football teams that we have. I kind of broke down the schedule, and so I have the Cardinals going 8-1. They only play 9 games this year for for the 3rd or 4th straight year. They only play 9 games in the season, but I have them going 8-1, losing to Havelock, and I have White Oak going 9-1 and only losing to Jacksonville. So it's a lot of people have a lot of fun with how I predict the teams and how they're going to fare this year, and a lot of the coaches use it as motivation, and so be it. More power to them, but it's just a lot of fun. I think a lot of people get a good kick out of it.
All right. Well, we're going to use it as an incentive to get out there and help those Cards win. And Havelock plays here this year. Is that right?
Yes, Havelock. The
Okay.
Havelock game is in Jacksonville this year. Yes, and, so it's Havelock is one of the state power teams, and it's very difficult to beat them. But if the Cardinals play like they're supposed to, they can beat any team they play this year. And I'm sure the guys are going to be motivated to have a good season.
So let me go back to my yesteryears. If they're more than 30 minutes late getting here, is the game forfeited?
Oh, no. Shh, you didn't say that.
Well,
What?
there's certain
You were supposed to
situations
tell.
that, if with the technology that we have these days, cell phones and everything. I mean, you can if there's a bad accident that caused a 3 or 4 hour delay or something like that. I think I think common sense would prevail. But if a team just doesn't show up and says, hey, we don't want to play, then yeah, that would be a forfeit, and unfortunately the kids will not be able to play. But if it's something drastic to happen, like a wreck that caused a few hour delay, then
No.
I think
Nothing like that. How about if all the cell phones on that bus got the same message at the same time that the game has been canceled? It'll be played tomorrow night, and they turn around and go home. Does that count?
Nah.
Chris.
Well, I think the coaches do a great job of, and the athletic directors and school officials do a good job of communicating throughout the day. Hey, our field's wet. Hey,
You've
the
never heard
weather
of
looks like it's going to be some lightning and thunder throughout at 7 o'clock. So there's constant communication between these schools. So there have been times where maybe a bus has gotten has gotten right at the school, and then a lightning strike. Well, and then it struck again 30 minutes later, and then it struck again, and then they had to. So there's been times where that has happened, and they've had to move the game. But with like I said, with the with the technology that we have today, and the constant communication, there's a team's just not going to show up without letting somebody know. So there's those situations are going to be pretty rare going forward.
Well, there's a guy that 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 you know fairly well. Ask him about jammers, cell phone jammers. I believe he can tell you all about that.
This is getting
I've heard some stories back in the day, and heard some stories, but it's just there's some crazy things that go on with technology. Yeah. There's some great things. Same thing with social media. Social media is a great tool if it's used properly, and but people don't use it for good reasons, and they spread different things and whatever. But it's all part of the First Amendment. As long as you don't say something, if I say something about Rafer Brown that is inaccurate, then that's not the First Amendment. The First Amendment allows me to say whatever I want, and it's also the voters. I'm going to use the election for example. It's the voters' responsibility to make sure the information that they receive is accurate or inaccurate.
There you go.
That's the world we live in now, and we all have a responsibility to do our homework and make sure what we're reading, what we're seeing on TV or whatever media on the website or social media is accurate. So it's our responsibility as all of us to do all that stuff.
Well, all I'm doing is doing what people in the sports area always do best. And we talking trash. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, you have to remember too.
We're trash talking.
Even if you delay that bus, it's just like NASCAR. They have lights on the field.
No, they do. And
that's right.
I tell you what, the funny thing is, when you turn on those lights on the stadium field, it does cost a pretty penny to turn the stadium lights on. So they are extra cautious before they turn them on to make sure they're going to actually use them.
I have a question for you, Chris.
Put LEDs up.
Do you follow NASCAR?
I used to. To me, it's always going to be the Winston Cup. I mean, that's just when Dale Sr. was racing and Jeff Gordon was coming up. I mean, to me, it was it's always going to be the Winston Cup. And when it came Nextel Cup or whatever, I kind of started losing interest. When Dale Jr. retired several years ago, I kind of lost interest. And these days it's hard. It can be hard to find what stations the NASCAR races are even on. And then when you do watch the races, the way they do their this cycle and that cycle, it can be a little confusing.
The stages,
I kind of lost interest several years ago.
Yeah, gotcha. So there's no sense me asking you about the race, what happened Sunday. So anyway, but I understand. NASCAR's lost a lot.
When I think about NASCAR, I think about moonshine. Okay, let's just put it like it is.
Well,
the beginning stages.
Somebody had to run it.
There you go.
Well, like I said, I miss the good old days when like I said, Dale Sr. and I mean, even when Dale Jr. was coming up, and like I said, it's always going to be the Winston Cup to me because that's growing up and reading it in the newspaper and seeing the highlights on Sports Center or whatever. That's what it used to be for many years, and then just kind of corporate money spoke, and they started doing some different things, and but I do miss the good old days.
It's gotten too technical.
Hey, Chris, we appreciate it. Speaking
of
talking trash, we're going to get some folks in here beginning maybe even next week, 1 or 2 or 3 at a time. They're going to be talking trash about each other.
What? Who?
Dancing Stars are coming up here this fall, not too long.
Okay.
We're going to get some of the competition, the competitors in here. And we got enough room in here now. We can put a team out here to dance on the floor for us in advance.
How come you've not been picked, Chris, to dance?
I don't think they want me to participate, but it would be a huge honor. It's also for a worthy cause, but I think that'd be a little too scary. I think I'd scare some people away.
No, I don't think so.
There's some trash talking already. There we go. Chris, thank you, sir.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one. See you next week. Let's take a break. You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME.
We've unlocked the vaults, and we're replaying Casey Kasem's American Top 40, the 70s. This week is from August 21st, 1971. That's when Tommy James was dragging the line. Delaney and Bonnie sang a never-ending song of love. Al Green was tired of being alone, and the Bee Gees asked, "How can you mend a broken heart?" You'll hear those hits and all the top 40 songs from August 21st, 1971, right here on American Top 40, the 70s.
American Top 40, Saturday mornings, 8 to 11 on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at OCM 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand selected and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends.
Call today, 910-355-7066.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods is now open, 149 Willis Parkway, just off Highway 17 North, right here in Jacksonville. Restaurants, food trucks, festival workers, party suppliers, vendors, government, schools, and families of all sizes stroll on down to Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods and save. They have a huge selection of large pots and pans, plasticware, and many sizes, trays, including takeout trays. In addition, Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods has everyday grocery items, such as Atkinson breaders and mixers, veggies, sauces, puddings, and beans. So if you need to buy in bulk for the long haul or everyday grocery items, Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods will save you money. Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods, brand new, 149 Willis Parkway, just off Highway 17 North, Jacksonville. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Phone 910-455-7800.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okie dokie, we're back and on the line. Mike, good morning, Michael. What's up?
Hey, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
Oh, we're hanging in here. What's going on?
All right. I just want to say out that yesterday the CPI report for the inflation that came out is looking really good. I believe we dropped below 3% in a long time since 2021. Let me see. It's doing so good that it's now projected that the Fed is planning to cut rates in September.
Now, is that 3%? Does that 3% include food and gasoline, or does that exclude it like it normally does?
Yes, it's in there. That's the CPI dictates food, gasoline, consumer goods, all that. Yeah, it's in there.
Okay, I think I just posted on the Facebook page. Let me see where it was at. And it went more extensively.
Well, here's what I'm reading. CPI home, okay? It says consumer prices up 3% from June 2023 to June 2024. Increased 3%.
All right, let me go up here and look.
That's what I'm reading. From
Okay.
Bureau of Labor Statistics.
I put the actual report from the Labor Bureau of Statistics.
Okay.
For y'all to read.
Bureau of Labor Statistics. It says consumer prices up 3% from June 2023 to June 2024. The consumer price index for all urban consumers increased 3% during that period of time. So maybe you want to double check that one.
Yeah, let me see what I said. Talking about CPI, inflation came roaring back under Biden during his time in office. The consumer price index rose 19.2%. For a time, it was the worst inflation in decades. The 12 months ending in June of 2022 saw a 9.1 increase in the CPI, which the BLS said it was the biggest such increase since the 12 months ending. Inflation has moderated more recently. The CPI rose 3% in 12 months. But they're also saying that from the beginning of his term, that the inflation rose the worst it's been in how many years it was? In decades.
Since Carter, probably.
But, if you go do the fact check on Trump and you go do the fact check on Biden, you're going to find pros and cons, both of them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, is that an opinion piece? That sounds like an opinion piece.
No, this is facts. This is factcheck.org.
Yeah, I want you to do factcheck.org. But the actual report itself, if you read the report, you'll see where we're actually doing good right now.
Yeah,
That's
we're
why I
doing
posted
better than what we were, but we still have the inflated cost on our groceries or gasoline.
Well, when it says that from last June to this June, the consumer prices are up 3%.
Right.
That's about as clear as you can get it.
Right here it says gasoline prices. The price of gasoline shot up even faster during the week ending July 2022. During the week ending July 22, the national average price of regular gasoline at the pump was $3.47 per gallon. That's $1.09 higher than in the week before Biden took office, an increase of 46%.
Yes. And that would be due to artificial inflation and not the actual numbers.
Who
That's why I put the
determines
government numbers
artificial
out there.
inflation? What's that?
Artificial is fake.
All right. So Friday, VP Harris will be unveiling her economic plan, and in there is going to have a section about artificial inflation and what we've been discussing about corporations and conglomerates price gouging the American people.
Yeah, I have no doubt about that.
Oh, we're definitely being gouged. Yeah, we're definitely being gouged. And the numbers actually show that the price shouldn't be where they are right now. So that's what
I agree. They should not be where they are. I'm paying too much and getting too little.
Yeah. And that's part of the problem. And that's what people see. The sentiments are what people are reporting on.
Okay.
And the opinion pieces, but the actual facts show something else.
Mike,
this
thank you,
is
sir.
one
We
I'm
appreciate it.
reading. Facts.
All right.
This is a fact check.
This is all I'm reading are the facts from the Bureau of Labor Stats.
Right.
Then let me see. Do y'all see about the fake electors from the last time go around? They're now actually electors in positions, and they've been non-certifying elections since January 6th.
I don't have any clue what you're talking about there.
I'm lost on that one. Lost on that one, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Appreciate it, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. You take care. Let's take a quick break. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSMA. When we come back, we're going to be talking with another one of our listeners, Steve. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In more, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
Summer vacation season is here, and if your plans include hitting the road to do some traveling, then make sure to visit Service Centers on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle. A trip to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value on all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in the area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. And what is really nice is there's no long wait time. Silent Service Center knows you are busy and will have you back on the road in a hurry. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay. We're back after a short break there.
Yes.
And on the line, the one, the only,
Steve.
I just want to know where his guitar is. Hey, Steve, what's up?
Hey, morning, guys. Hope y'all having a good one so far.
Yeah, so
we
far
are
it's
so
been a
far. It's
good morning.
almost closing time, but we're good to go until 9 o'clock or a couple of minutes
I
till.
was listening to all that reasonable and rational conversation you were having with Doug this morning. I wasn't sure I was even listening to the right station. And then here comes Tim praising Obama. I didn't know what to think.
I wouldn't go buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the series The Twilight Zone?
Quite
I
often.
felt like I was in the Twilight
Did you feel
Zone.
like that this morning?
I did.
I honestly, it was a breath of fresh air. To
Yes,
hear,
it was.
the voice of reason.
Doug and I worked together for many years. Okay. And Doug, when neither one of us are sitting there in the opinion category, when we're doing nothing but examining facts, facts is facts, Jack. You know what? That's just the way it is. And you can do some supposition, you can do some prediction, but base your predictions not upon your opinions, but are based upon the facts that are out there. Not all of us will analyze the facts in the same way every day. Duh. That's what makes America great.
Well, you know, I
Again.
have to say, we only got to that point with all our conversations with callers that we don't fight anymore.
I'm not going to fight you.
You know, I mean, Steve says the way he feels, we say the way I feel, you feel, I feel, Kelly feels.
And I can feel differently in 2 minutes.
And like
from now.
Doug called with his opinions, and poor Theo probably doesn't know how to get through to us right now. But, you know,
I know,
I
right?
mean, but it's a good thing.
Yeah, I feel like we're on more stable ground as far as agreeing on what facts are.
Right.
Yeah,
than we have been in the past.
I think
And,
we've got. I agree. I think we've got some individuals out there, and none of us are really excited about either one of them. Somebody may try to convince me that they are really excited about Trump, or somebody's going to try to convince me they're really excited about Kamala. I don't believe that they can convince me that they're that excited, because they will
Most
always
people
add
get
something.
excited over the latest diet that comes out. So
there you
somebody
go.
being excited really
Right.
doesn't, register with me that much.
Liars.
People get excited over the silliest things sometimes.
And then when we look at stats, and when we look at polls, and we look at all that sort of, because I learned a long time ago, and I remembered this phrase for a long time: liars figure and figures lie. Duh.
Yeah.
Depends upon who puts them in and what direction they go with them.
That's right, because the latest poll we heard this morning had Trump ahead. Of course, who put out the poll?
Fox News.
Fox News.
And also we had that 8% of the independents out there are supporting Trump.
That's right.
Probably that's probably pretty low, to be honest with you, because I don't see 92% supporting Harris. Do you?
Honestly, those poll things, they can be, wish-washy a little bit. And but as far as Fox News, their poll was very respected. I'm not a big fan of the Fox News nighttime thing or whatever, but their poll was very respected.
Probably is, but
they're supporting Trump, and it's all about Trump with them. So their polls, of course, I feel like are going to favor Trump no matter what.
I've always
said, then you've got MSNBC.
Oddly, they've also reported on the polls that have shifted towards Kamala Harris as well.
They have.
Too.
They've done that.
Yes,
they're
they have.
being somewhat fair and balanced
But
on the reporting on the
A
polls.
poll
it
taken
seems
by
like.
somebody else.
Look at me now. I'm defending Fox News.
I'm
What
sitting
world
here.
are we living in this morning?
I'm sitting here saying we're back in the Twilight Zone.
I know.
Yeah.
It is a
I
breath
would like
of
to
fresh
say, in the
air.
spirit of this common ground that we found, can we all make a pledge that when this election happens, that if Donald Trump comes out claiming that it was rigged and stolen from him, that we're going to wait to see the evidence
I don't want to
before we
go
believe
through
in
this.
the
I've, I've been waiting that for 4 years, as I
So
said
have I.
4 years ago, and that it hasn't happened yet. You haven't shown me the evidence, and nobody has.
I
I'm waiting
have
for it. Show
never,
me.
ever said that I agree with him on that.
No, I don't either.
I've never said that.
Well, I appreciate that, but I think we can all also agree that it looks like he's poised to do that again if he loses. He's kind of laying the groundwork for that.
Well, if he does, we ought to go find a cave. Bin Laden left a cave. Maybe he could go find that thing and live in it.
I just want this to be over.
Well, there's a lot. I agree, but there's quite a few people who believe the election was stolen, and they've somehow weaseled their way into positions of certifying the elections. And so we still got that issue that we're most likely going to have to deal with. And North Carolina is one of them. The Rolling Stone did a report on it where across the country there was 70 adamant election deniers that had been put in positions to certify elections.
What?
So,
who in North Carolina will certify the election? That would certify it other than the way it is.
State Board of Elections.
Right, but I'd have to get back to you on the particular person. I haven't read the article yet, but I do know that it came out like last week, I believe it was.
Send it to me.
It came out recently, and it's a Rolling Stones article
Was it?
about 70 election deniers that have been put in positions of certifying elections, either in certain precincts or in, I don't know if it's statewide or not.
Well,
North Carolina is one of the ones that they cited that we have election deniers that are now in charge of certifying elections in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah, send me that
So
story.
If it's just because they're Republicans, I don't know. You find the story. I want to see it before I
was
make
going to
any
say, I'll
judgments.
get the story and try and get it to you and get more informed on it before I make more comment. But my understanding is these people are adamant deniers, not just Republicans, not just people who say they were shenanigans. These are people who are adamant.
We'll have to see that. And how did they get to be in that position? That would be the other question, if that's indeed
I
the case.
think I know what he's talking about, but I'm not sure we're on that is what he is talking about. But I'll wait to see his story.
We'll find out.
Yes.
That's what I say. We'll read into it more, but that have to deal with as well. Is there may be some people who believe things that aren't true out there that we got to figure out what to do about.
No,
There's been a lot of that, both sides. Both sides.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree, but it's still a chore we're gonna have to do at some point probably. But anyway, what a interesting show it was this morning.
You were sitting there going like, Lord, I need another cup of coffee.
I didn't get to finish it this morning. I had to leave. I was listening to you on radio and I only got like 2 sips of coffee. I was like, I'm not ready for this.
You might want to stop at the Dunkin' Donuts and get you something with lots of sugar in it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Doug.
Well, other
all
than
right,
that,
Steve.
y'all have a blessed day.
You too, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
All right.
Take care. I knew it.
What? Yeah.
Anyway, wait.
Change the subject real quick. You remember that murder trial that I was watching last summer?
Which-
Alex Murdaugh.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That was convicted of killing his wife and son in South Carolina.
Uh-huh.
Guess what? He may be getting a new murder trial.
For a different murder or the
No,
same
for
one?
the same one.
Oh, Lord.
So the South Carolina Supreme Court ruled that his trial was there was jury tampering by the clerk of court. Yes, and that so he may be getting a new trial. That was 6 weeks of my life. I don't know if I could do that again. Very, very crazy. But yeah, for anyone that followed that murder in South Carolina, the Low Country, it's been a lot of movies on it. Netflix, Lifetime, been a lot of movies.
Okay. Well, in honor of Steve,
Okay.
I think we're going to close with something here.
It's live and local, real talk. Bird, Kelly, and Lee. Coming to you Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. on WSME. Well, you can call right up, you can jump right in. Tell your family, yeah, tell your friends. It's live and local, real talk. On Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
Had our own jingle.
Yes,
Not
we
everybody's
do.
got their own jingle, have
That's
they?
right.
All right, we're going to take a pause. 22 hours worth. We'll be back tomorrow
We need
morning.
it.
And at 7:30 tomorrow morning, we're going to be talking about tourism. Tourism in North Carolina is looking good. The
Yes.
numbers are there.
Numbers are looking very good.
Really fine. We're going to talk with Salem Clark, our own local tourism director, and we'll be chatting with her at 7:30 in the morning.
Yes.
She'll be in the studio.
Yeah.
So tune in for that and tune in for more shenanigans if we can think of something else to do. And for you guys over there in Havelock, you might want to leave your phones at home when you come traveling.
We're
to
coming after you,
Jacksonville.
Havelock.
Okay, just kidding. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the weather. And if you're headed for the beach, the seas are going to start to pick up.
Yes.
They probably are starting now, but they will
Rip
be picking up.
currents.
Rip currents are going to be
Strong
out
this
there.
weekend.
Please don't put an end to the summer in a tragic way. Okay, we don't want to talk about you. We don't want to read about you. We don't want to hear about you.
Nope.
Got it?
Got it.
Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the morning. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Coming up at 10 o'clock, it's going to be another dose of the Daily D's with Rick D's at 3 o'clock. It's going to be Chris Hollywood, man in the house. And right now, it's Fox News.